Aquarius is a constellation of the zodiac, situated between Capricornus and Pisces. Its name is Latin for water carrier or cup carrier, and its symbol is a representation of water. Aquarius is one of the oldest of the recognized constellations along the zodiac. It was one of the 48 constellations listed by the 2nd century AD astronomer Ptolemy, and it remains one of the 88 in modern constellations. It is found in a region often called the Sea due to its profusion of constellations with watery associations such as Cetus the whale, Pisces the fish, and Eridanus the river. History and mythology. Aquarius is identified as Gu, the Great One in the Babylonian star catalogues and represents the god Each himself, who is commonly depicted holding an overflowing vase. The Babylonian star figure appears on entitlement stones and cylinder seals from the 2nd millennium. It contained the winter solstice in the early Bronze Age. In Old Babylonian astronomy, Each was the ruler of the southernmost quarter of the sun's path, the Oa of Each, corresponding to the period of 45 days on either side of winter solstice. Aquarius was also associated with the destructive floods that the Babylonians regularly experienced, and thus was negatively connoted. In ancient Egypt, Aquarius was associated with the annual flood of the Nile. The banks were said to flood when Aquarius put his jar into the river, beginning spring. In the Greek tradition, the constellation became represented as simply a single vase from which a stream poured down to Pisces Australis. The name in the Hindu zodiac is likewise Kumbha, water pitcher, showing that the zodiac reached India via Greek intermediaries. In Greek mythology, Aquarius is sometimes associated with Deucalion, the son of Prometheus, who built a ship with his wife Pyrrha to survive an imminent flood. They sailed for 9 days before washing ashore on Mount Parnassus. Aquarius is also sometimes identified with beautiful Ganymede, a youth in Greek mythology and the son of Trojan King Tros, who was taken to Mount Olympus by Zeus to act as cup carrier to the gods. Neighboring Aquila represents the eagle, under Zeus's command, that snatched the young boy. Some versions of the myth indicate that the eagle was in fact Zeus transformed. An alternative version of the tale recounts Ganymede's kidnapping by the goddess of the dawn, Eos. Motivated by her affection for young men, Zeus then stole him from Eos and employed him as cupbearer. Yet another figure associated with the water-bearer is Scropsi, a king of Athens who sacrificed water instead of wine to the gods. In Eastern astronomy and Chinese astronomy, the stream of water flowing from the water jar was depicted as the army of Yulin. The name Yulin means feathers and forests, referring to the numerous light-footed soldiers from the northern reaches of the empire represented by these faint stars. The constellation stars were the most numerous of any Chinese constellation, numbering 45, the majority of which were located in modern Aquarius. The celestial army was protected by the wall Lieben, which counted Iota, Lambda, Phi, and Sigma Aquarii among its 12 stars. 88, 89, and 98 Aquarii represent Fu Yui, the axes used as weapons and for hostage executions. Also in Aquarius is Lui Pi Chin, the ramparts that stretch from 29 and 27 Piscium and 33 and 30 Aquarii through Phi, Lambda, Sigma, and Iota Aquarii to Delta, Gamma, Kappa, and Epsilon Capricorni. Near the border with Cetus, the axe Fu Yu was represented by 3 stars. Its position is disputed and may have instead been located in Sculptor. Tianli Chang also has a disputed position. The 13-star castle replete with ramparts may have possessed Nu and Xi Aquarii but may instead have been located south in Pisces Australis. The water jar asterism was seen to the ancient Chinese as the tomb Fenmu. Nearby, the emperor's mausoleum Ziyiliang stood, demarcated by Kappa Aquarii and 3 other collinear stars, Ku and Chi, each composed of 2 stars, were located in the same region. 3 of the Chinese lunar mansions shared the name with constellations. New, also the name for the 10th lunar mansion, was a handmaiden represented by Epsilon, Mu, 3, and 4 Aquarii. The 11th lunar mansion shared its name with the constellation Zu, formed by Beta Aquarii and Alpha Aquilii. It represented a bleak place associated with death and funerals. Wei, the rooftop and 12th lunar mansion, was a V-shaped constellation formed by Alpha Aquarii, Theta Pegasi, and Epsilon Pegasi. It shared its name with 2 other Chinese constellations, in modern-day Scorpius and Aries. Depictions in the 1st century CE, Ptolemy's Almagest established the common Western depiction of Aquarius. His water jar and asterism itself consists of Gamma, Pi, Eta, and Zeta Aquarii. It pours water in a stream of more than 20 stars terminating with Fomalhaut, now assigned solely to Pisces Australis. The water-bearer's head is represented by 5th magnitude 25 Aquarii, while his left shoulder is Beta Aquarii. His right shoulder and forearm are represented by Alpha and Gamma Aquarii respectively. Notable features: stars. Despite both its prominent position on the zodiac and its large size, Aquarius has no particularly bright stars, with its 4 brightest stars less than magnitude 2. However, recent research has shown that there are several stars lying within its borders that possess planetary systems. Alpha Aquarii, also known as Sad al-Melik, is a G2 spectral type star named in Arabic for the phrase "the lucky stars of the king." It is the 2nd brightest star in Aquarius with a magnitude of 2.94 and is 523 light-years from Earth. It has a luminosity of 5,250 L. Beta Aquarii, sometimes called Saddlesud, is a G0 spectral type star named for the Arabic phrase meaning "luckiest of the lucky stars." It is the brightest star in Aquarius with an apparent magnitude of 2.89 and an absolute magnitude of -4.5. Saddlesud is 537 light-years from Earth, and has a luminosity of 5,250 L, the same as Alpha Aquarii. Gamma Aquarii, also called Sadatch Beer, is a blue-white AO spectral type star of magnitude 3.84 and a luminosity of 50 L that is 163 light-years away. It has a luminosity of 50 L. The name Sadatch Beer comes from the Arabic for lucky stars of the tense, Sad al-Akbir. Delta Aquarii, also known as Skeeter Scat, is a blue-white A2 spectral type star of magnitude 3.27 and luminosity of 105 L. Epsilon Aquarii, also known as Albali, is a blue-white A1 spectral type star with an apparent magnitude of 3.77, an absolute magnitude of 1.2, and a luminosity of 28 L. Zeta Aquarii is an F2 spectral type double star. Both stars are white. Overall, it appears to be of magnitude 3.6 and luminosity of 50 L. The primary has a magnitude of 4.53 and the secondary a magnitude of 4.31, but both have an absolute magnitude of 0.6. Its orbital period is 760 years. The 2 components are currently moving farther apart. Theta Aquarii, sometimes called Ancha, is a G8 spectral type star with an apparent magnitude of 4.16 and an absolute magnitude of 1.4. Lambda Aquarii, also called Hudor or Ectusus, is an M2 spectral type star of magnitude 3.74 and luminosity of 120 L. Xi Aquarii, also called Bunda, is an A7 spectral type star with an apparent magnitude of 4.69 and an absolute magnitude of 2.4. Pi Aquarii, also called Seat, is a Bo-spectral type star with an apparent magnitude of 4.66 and an absolute magnitude of -4.1. Planetary systems. 12 exoplanet systems have been found in Aquarius as of 2013. Gliese 876, one of the nearest stars to Earth at a distance of 15 light-years, was the first red dwarf star to be found to possess a planetary system. It is orbited by 4 planets, including one terrestrial planet 6.6 times the mass of Earth. The planets vary in orbital period from 2 days to 124 days. 91 Aquarii is an orange giant star orbited by one planet, 91 Aquarii b. The planet's mass is 2.9 times the mass of Jupiter, and its orbital period is 182 days. Gliese 849 is a red dwarf star orbited by the first known long-period Jupiter-like planet, Gliese 849 b. The planet's mass is 0.99 times that of Jupiter and its orbital period is 1,852 days. There are also less prominent systems in Aquarius. WASP-6, a type G8 star of magnitude 12.4, is host to one exoplanet, WASP-6b. The star is 307 parsecs from Earth and has a mass of 0.888 solar masses and a radius of 0.87 solar radii. WASP-6b was discovered in 2008 by the transit method. It orbits its parent star every 3.36 days at a distance of 0.042 astronomical units. It is 0.503 Jupiter masses but has a proportionally larger radius of 1.224 Jupiter radii. HD 206,610, a K0 star located 194 parsecs from Earth, is host to one planet, HD 206,610b. The host star is larger than the Sun, more massive at 1.56 solar masses and larger at 6.1 solar radii. The planet was discovered by the radial velocity method in 2010 and has a mass of 2.2 Jupiter masses. It orbits every 610 days at a distance of 1.68 astronomical units. Much closer to its Sun is WASP-47b, which orbits every 4.15 days, only 0.052 astronomical units from its Sun. Yellow dwarf WASP-47. WASP-47 is close in size to the Sun, having a radius of 1.15 solar radii and a mass even closer at 1.08 solar masses. WASP-47b was discovered in 2011 by the transit method. Like WASP-6b, it is slightly larger than Jupiter with a mass of 1.14 Jupiter masses and a radius of 1.15 Jupiter masses. There are several more single-planet systems in Aquarius. HD 210,277, a magnitude 6.63 yellow star located 21.29 parsecs from Earth, is host to one known planet, HD 210,277b. The 1.23 Jupiter mass planet orbits at nearly the same distance as Earth orbits the Sun, 1.1 1 astronomical units, though its orbital period is significantly longer at around 442 days. HD 210,277b was discovered earlier than most of the other planets in Aquarius, detected by the radial velocity method in 1998. The star it orbits resembles the Sun beyond the similar spectral class. It has a radius of 1.1 solar radii and a mass of 1.09 solar masses. HD 212,771b. A larger planet at 2.3 Jupiter masses orbits host star HD 212,771 at a distance of 1.22 astronomical units. The star itself barely below the threshold of naked eye visibility at magnitude 7.6 is a G8 IV star located 131 parsecs from Earth. Though it has a similar mass to the Sun, 1.15 solar masses, it is significantly less dense with its radius of 5 solar radii. Its lone planet was discovered in 2010 by the radial velocity method, like several other exoplanets in the constellation. As of 2013, there are only 2 multiple planet systems within the bounds of Aquarius, the Gliese 876 and HD 215,152 systems. The former is quite prominent. The latter has only 2 planets and has a host star farther away at 21.5 parsecs. The HD 215,152 system consists of the planets HD 215,152b and HD 215,152c orbiting the K0 type, magnitude 8.13 Sun, both discovered in 2011 by the radial velocity method. The 2 tiny planets orbit very close to the host star. HD 215,152c is the larger at 0.0097 Jupiter masses. Its smaller sibling is barely smaller at 0.0087 Jupiter masses. The error in the mass measurements is large enough to make this discrepancy statistically insignificant. HD 215,152c also orbits further from the star than HD 215,152b, 0.0852 astronomical units compared to 0.0652 deep sky objects. Because of its position away from the galactic plane, the majority of deep sky objects in Aquarius are galaxies, globular clusters, and planetary nebulae. Aquarius contains 3 deep sky objects that are in the Messier catalogue: the globular clusters Messier 2, Messier 72, and the open cluster Messier 73. 2 well-known planetary nebulae are also located in Aquarius: the Saturn Nebula, to the southeast of Mu Aquarii, and the famous Helix Nebula, southwest of Delta Aquarii. M2, also catalogued as NGC 7089, is an incredibly rich globular cluster located approximately 37,000 light-years from Earth. At magnitude 6.5, it is viewable in small aperture instruments, but a 100 mm aperture telescope is needed to resolve any stars. M72, also catalogued as NGC 6981, is a small 9th magnitude globular cluster located approximately 56,000 light-years from Earth. M73, also catalogued as NGC 6994, is an open cluster with highly disputed status. Aquarius is also home to several planetary nebulae. NGC 7009, also known as the Saturn Nebula, is an 8th magnitude planetary nebula located 3,000 light-years from Earth. It was given its moniker by the 19th century astronomer Lord Rosse for its resemblance to the planet Saturn in a telescope. It has faint protrusions on either side that resemble Saturn's rings. It appears blue-green in a telescope and has a central star of magnitude 11.3. Compared to the Helix Nebula, another planetary nebula in Aquarius, it is quite small. NGC 7293, also known as the Helix Nebula, is the closest planetary nebula to Earth at a distance of 650 light-years. It covers 0.25 square degrees, making it also the largest planetary nebula as seen from Earth. However, because it is so large, it is only viewable as a very faint object, though it has a fairly high integrated magnitude of 6.0. One of the visible galaxies in Aquarius is NGC 7727, of particular interest for amateur astronomers who wish to discover or observe supernovae. A spiral galaxy, it has an integrated magnitude of 10.7 and is 3 by 3 arcseconds. NGC 7252 is a tangle of stars resulting from the collision of two large galaxies and is known as the Atoms for Peace galaxy because of its resemblance to a cartoon atom. Meteor showers. There are three major meteor showers with radiance in Aquarius: the Eta Aquariids, the Delta Aquarians, and the Iota Aquarians. The Eta Aquariids are the strongest meteor shower radiating from Aquarius. It peaks between 5 and the 6th of May with a rate of approximately 35 meteors per hour. Originally discovered by Chinese astronomers in 401 CE, Eta Aquariids can be seen coming from the water jar beginning on April 21 and as late as May 12. The parent body of the shower is Halley's Comet, a periodic comet. Fireballs are common shortly after the peak, approximately between May 9 and May 11. The normal meteors appear to have yellow trails. The Delta Aquariids is a double radiant meteor shower that peaks first on the 29th of July and second on the 6th of August. The first radiant is located in the south of the constellation, while the second radiant is located in the northern circlet of Pisces asterism. The southern radiant's peak rate is about 20 meteors per hour, while the northern radiant's peak rate is about 10 meteors per hour. The Iota Aquariids is a fairly weak meteor shower that peaks on the 6th of August with a rate of approximately 8 meteors per hour. Astrology. As of 2002, the Sun appears in the constellation Aquarius from the 16th of February to the 11th of March. In tropical astrology, the Sun is considered to be in the sign Aquarius from the 20th of January to the 19th of February, and in sidereal astrology, for the 15th of February to the 14th of March. Aquarius is also associated with the Age of Aquarius, a concept popular in 1960s counterculture. Despite this prominence, the Age of Aquarius will not dawn until the year 2597, as an astrological age does not begin until the Sun is in a particular constellation on the vernal equinox.